Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are reviewing a doll that I have been dreading reviewing for a long time. It is Jewel Secrets Whitney. So Whitney was a short-lived friend of Barbie's. I personally feel that she outshone Barbie in every collection that she was a part of. She was always more glamorous. So this version was the first Whitney to be released. She is part of the Jewel Secrets line. It is copyrighted 1986. This doll is made in the Philippines. I'm not sure if she was made elsewhere. For some reason I feel like Whitney was only made in the Philippines. So in some European countries, I believe she was also known as Laura or Princess Laura. There is actually two types of box art. There is this one which is more of your fashion illustration. I do think the colours look a bit muddy, but I do prefer this to the keyline drawing of the other style. This one it's a bit different and a bit more 80s in my opinion. The keyline drawing is probably the more preferred version. My friend Raymond did a review of this doll and his box did have the keyline drawing. The box says 24-page Whitney storybook inside for ages over 3. So many glamorous looks. Jeweled belt becomes a crown. Her product number is 3179 and there is the Mattel logo down the bottom there. On the back it says Whitney discovers that her best friend Barbie has been voted the most glamorous woman of the year. I think it was rigged. She plans to surprise Barbie with the award at a glamorous fashion show. Read how she keeps the secret in the storybook inside. It does say down the bottom here that each is sold separately. The platform, microphone and flowers are not included. The Skipper doll is available from spring 1987. Brush her long, soft hair, change her fashion look again and again. And there's also Ken there as well. Not the perfect facial screening. I think it's quite hard to find these dolls with good facial screening. So I'm learning to get a little less fussy with that. So she originally retailed for $19.99, which is actually quite expensive. Oh, I'm so scared. Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna open her. We're gonna do it from the bottom. It is glued, so you do have to tear it, unfortunately. Oh, and there's her feet. Her little feet. Alright, here we go. There's the storybook and all that. She's held in with just 3 twist ties. These dolls do tend to have a problem with spots on the legs, so I'm interested to see how bad mine are. Okay, there she is. Not a particularly strong smell of any sort. Yes, she does have fading on the legs, and they're a bit sticky too. Hey, looking in the camera, it's actually a little worse than I thought. But basically there's not really much you can do. If you want the doll, you have to kind of accept it. I was talking to my friend Blake. That kid crying is freaking doing my head in. So I was talking to my friend Blake and he did say that he had a doll that had faded spots on her legs, but they seem to kind of like fade away with time. So I'm not sure what causes this or how you can fix it. I'm just basically happy to have the doll. Ooh, actually. Ooh. Oh god, they have a fishy odour. Ah, yuck. What is that? I'm gonna go wash my hands. Okay, so I just washed my hands. So we have a little baggie here. And inside there is this cute little holographic little picture of Barbie and Whitney. She's a redhead in this picture, which I actually quite like. I wonder why they didn't make her a redhead. We have the early version of the shell brush, which has the shorter bristles, which I do actually prefer. A metallic laminated purse, a holographic flap. Laminate is kind of coming loose and bubbling. It's a cheap little thing. I'm more interested in the doll personally, but let's fix my hair. And then we have 2 little gauntlet sleeve things. and a pair of blue mules. So these are the classic Barbie mules, which would be familiar to vintage collectors. They aren't the reproduction type, that's where the strap starts on the arch of the shoe. Very similar color to the American Girl, but I found this with actually, even from the 70s, they use the one side. So these are both a left shoe rather than a right and a left. It's just a slight difference in the shape of the toe, so it doesn't make a huge difference. And then we have her little change around cape thing. Now, this really gives me kind of like Greek and space goddess vibes, and I love that. It's wire. Oh gosh, really strong wire. So it's wire here, and then you've got like a short section here and a longer section there. Basically, you can just wrap it around her in many different ways. Jewel Secrets Whitney, and we've seen all of these. On the back, it shows you how to use the belt and crown, so the crown can actually insert into the belt as well. And then you have all the different ways you can style her cape. I would really like to try this one here, so we're going to give that one a go today. Then we have a Barbie booklet. I believe I have gone through this one before. I do quite like the Rockers fashions. I want the one down the bottom with the big blue like overshirt thing. Then we have Peaches and Cream Barbie. Oh, and Miko, I love her. Seriously, I love so many of these dolls. Even like Astronaut Barbie is quite gorgeous. This is a really good time for Barbie. And then we have the booklet, so the little comic storybook or whatever you'd like to call it. The illustration style is a bit odd. Secret of the Fashion Show. If you'd like, I could probably do like a little story video if you did want to hear this. So it does include some fashions that were actually available for purchase. I think Whitney wins hands down. Barbie's outfit is ridiculous. Before I get into the doll, I do want to show you a commercial. It is the Australian version of the commercial. You might want to turn the volume down because it's not the best quality, but it is the only version of the Australian version that I can find. So I did want to include that for you. And then I'll show you the US version of the commercial as well.
London, Paris, New York. It was the most fantastic night of her life. Jewel Secrets Barbie had been invited to 3 glamorous parties around the world. Her best friend Whitney and Jewel Secrets gang joined her exciting adventures. They thought Barbie looked even more glamorous at every party. Discover the secret of Barbie's magical necklace and the stunning gown that becomes a purse for you. Jewel Secrets Barbie, the most glamorous woman in the world, from Mattel.
Opening night.
We girls sure need a best friend, right, Barbie?
Back up dead, Whitney.
Here's Jewel Secrets Whitney.
Gorgeous hair.
Barbie and me, we're as close as girls can be. We even share the things we wear, like best friends everywhere. We girls can do anything, right, Barbie?
Right, Whitney.
Jewel Secrets Whitney doll has long, stylable hair in this change-around outfit. Barbie doll sold separately, new from Mattel.
Okay, so now we're going to take a closer look at Whitney herself and try and work this little cape thing. Alright, so there's Whitney. She has a little crown on her head. It is attached with some grey thread. So she has pink blush, purple eyeshadow, and pink lips. And her eyes are like a mixture of blue and purple. I just think that it is the most beautiful colouring. And it's very 80s, and it actually reminds me of my childhood a little bit. She uses the Steffi sculpt, which I am not usually a fan of, but for some reason there are certain dolls that use it quite well, in my opinion. The wide eyes with the spidery lashes and stuff like that. So I guess it's like the particular style, the Malibu PJ style, that I quite like. But then when it gets to the 90s and stuff, they just started doing some weird cartoony looking stuff, and it just didn't appeal to me. She has this crazy little jacket thing, so I'm gonna take that off. So it's like a little bolero jacket, so she can obviously wear it back to front or front to back or whatever. It's like a batwing sleeved jacket, so very 80s brocade fabric. And she has this tube dress which has a slit right up the back, and it's rounded towards the bottom, and I believe that just slips up over her body. It's like a lurex knit, so quite stretchy and conforms to her body shape to make it look nice and fitted, and it has some satin ribbon straps there. So her belt is a laminate silver material. It is embossed and it closes in the back with a snap. It actually has 2 of the sockets, so I guess you can do it at different positions. I guess if you're layering and you need a bit more room, or if you're not and you want it to be nice and tight. There's 2 slits just here which allow the crown to insert into it. I do think it's quite a ridiculous idea actually. Doubt it will look any good. There, like that. And then she can wear that as a belt. Her articulation is the regular superstar articulation, so her arms go up and down, front and back. Her head is rotational, and she has the twist and turn waist. Well, not twist and turn, I keep getting corrected on that. It is just the twisting waist, so it doesn't go on an angle, so it goes straight across. Her legs go up and down, and they bend and click at the knees, although I don't really want to touch them because they're gross. I was not prepared to have to clean this doll's legs partway through the bloody review. I'm just using some rubbing alcohol just to kind of remove some of the grease. I can feel that the dress itself is sticky. That'll do for now. They might be able to do with a few more washes, but I'll wash them with some soap and stuff too. But I'm just using Isocol. It's an Australian brand. I'm not sure if it's available overseas. I use this for everything, even as aftershave, so it does say that you can use it as aftershave, so I'm not doing anything dangerous there. But yeah, it's just rubbing alcohol with a slight scent. So she also has the bend and click legs. They're quite soft, buttery feeling, and only do about 2 clicks. Now her hair is really beautiful. It is just long and it's in a twisted, I don't know what you call this, a braid. As you can see, the elastics are falling out. There was an elastic up here and down here. But yeah, it's this 2-toned brown, which is really beautiful. So it's like a dark chocolate brown with like a kind of like a honey brown underneath. It's underneath and all the way around the like circumference of the hair. And she also has the regular superstar jewelry, earrings and a ring. No necklace. So we're going to try and wrap this around her. I don't actually know how this is meant to go, but I believe it goes just under her armpits. So I think it's best if you bend it so that you get a close fit. Bend it roughly into the shape that you want and then insert her into it. That way it will fit much tighter. And then you can kind of stretch it to fit to where you want it. Now it looks like they've kind of pulled it up under. Comes out a bit. I'm really annoyed that these straps sit so far towards the center. Maybe I'll pop them down there like that. Just hide them a little bit. You could probably tuck them inside the dress as well. But yeah, that's it from the back. From the front. Not too difficult actually. I thought it was going to be a lot harder. Now she didn't come with a stand, so I'm gonna have to find her a stand, but I'll do that and then I'll give you a closer look. Okay, so there she is in her completed Greekan goddess look. I used an Arco stand for her and I replaced her elastic bands with some dental bands. So she kind of gives me that Greekan goddess 80s vibe, so like Lady Jessica from Dune, and Andromeda from Clash of the Titans. Her eyebrows, which I forgot to mention earlier, she has those feathered eyebrows, bushy, very much like Demi Moore and Jennifer Connelly, Brooke Shields, a little bit of a Olivia Hussey as Juliet. There were other products available in this line up that weren't pictured on the box. Jewelry sets, fashions, and also black versions of Barbie and Ken. So that is my review of Jewel Secrets Whitney. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. See ya.